Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay. I can't hear myself through the monitor for whatever reason. Uh, but I'm going to try this. Michael's suggestion. I used to record everything with a cell phone, so I didn't have any kind of a DAW or anything, or mixer. So I'm going to try to record these, or play a couple, and see how they sound with just the interface and the mic. Cool, that's why we're here, huh? Now I'm going to see if I can make it to where I can hear myself. It hasn't been a problem. I had most of this stuff figured out. So check, check, check. I guess I kind of can hear myself. Check, check, check. And all of them say when I do the test that I can hear myself. Can you guys... Oh, okay. You be my little sound check. Because I figure I can always add them effects to this afterward. I don't have any... On panel shows, maybe everybody's system is set up different, but you could just crank up that StreamYard volume. And just like if I'm using that DAW, I can crank up the volume on the... It sounds good too. Alright, I'm going to do a song for you guys. I'll go back and listen to it in a little bit, but I want to play a couple. This is called All the Time by Zach Bryant. Probably turn the fan off. Oh yeah, I've been getting all kinds of weird today. Now, was that Justine? The acoustic sounds great. Okay, now OBS, would that be not using StreamYard and just going through YouTube Live? Yeah, I've spent years using that ambient sound of the room to get this to work. Oh, StreamYard, just another program. All right, I'll have to look into that because I've seen people mention such stuff. But really, if you got a good room with good acoustics, then you pick up that natural sound. Like, people go out of their way to do that. Because Michael's got the sound I want, but he also has more than one microphone. And I believe a standalone mixer, which allows you to not use the interface. And then you come out in stereo. But I'm going to take a picture of that thing right there. Flash, of course. So I will definitely look into that OBS. Right now I want to do this Zach Bryant tune. I just come across it the other day from another YouTuber. It's a lot to learn, Justine, but I feel like most people pick up on it quicker than me. Definitely kids pick up on it quicker. They all got great sound when I find them on here. But even just, I've done this a bunch of times, so every time I set up, I got to pick different sounds, and you're always trying to improve. Just 2 mics, an Ancient Mackie Blackjack interface. Only has volume for each month, and then just tweak volume. Yeah, so I figured somebody else could put the headphones on, sit there, crank the levels too. Yeah, my daughter don't like it. I mean, she'll teach me some stuff with like the instruments and stuff, but she's not really into. Hi, Rebel. She's not really into being my techie guy. Her boyfriend's in college for being some kind of computer engineer, so he come through and showed me a bunch of stuff on my computer that I don't need, fluff stuff that you can remove or turn off that don't affect, because I thought I was having a RAM issue. I don't know what the hell it was. I had to just uninstall the drivers like Charlie said, and the control panel wasn't working. I put it back on there, gave me whole different versions to select for microphones. Yeah, 20-year-old, you know what I mean? They've been doing that since they were in school. I'm not getting anywhere near a red line, which makes me think, should I be cranking my interface up until I get to that red line and backing off? But we'll see. I'll do a couple test runs. But if I can get something decent on here, maybe I can just cut it out of here and then I'll add the sound effects. But I'm going to try it again later with the DAW and using all that. Yeah, for sure. My kids didn't much in the beginning, but they still needed to use it for school and stuff. We tried to back off the social media and stuff till they were older, because people fuck with people so much on there. Now here we go. Why can't you love me like I need you to? Such a simple task at hand. Well, you can't cure a broken man and his gun hot hand. And I am still the same kid you fell for when we were young. How come every song I sing you say has already been sung? And I feel like a nuisance in my own damn mind. When I speak, you say it's too much. When I scream, you say I've lost my mind. So don't call in the morning, 'cause I'll already be gone. Oklahoma in the summer times, where my country ass belongs. Love is patient, love is kind, should not make you lose your mind. There's got to be more to this than being pissed off all the time. All the time. Why can't I love you like you need me to? Seem to juxtapose. Yes, I'll head out on the time for deja vu until they close. So don't call in the morning, 'cause I'll already be gone. Oklahoma in the summer times, where my country ass belongs. Love is patient, love is kind, should not make you lose your mind. There's got to be more to this than being pissed off all the time. all the time. So don't call in the morning, 'cause I'll already be gone. Oklahoma in the summertime's where my country ass belongs. Love is patient, love is kind, should not make you lose your mind. There's got to be more to this than being pissed off all the time. All the time. Sounds great. Oh, Francis, what's up, dog? Oh, so fuck. Good morning, Zach. Good to see you, brother. I got songs in me I haven't finished written. It's real stressful. The music thing has been trying to create a balance. I don't think I'm ready to delete the channel and start all over again. You know what I mean? But I didn't want a bunch of covers on my channel. You know what I mean? And like my kid said, it's not cheating. Nobody's going to look for them songs besides you guys that ever heard of them. They're not going to look for songs they never heard. So I'm going to try to bust out some covers. I don't really, you know, if I do Zach Bryant, you know what I mean? Millions of people are going to come and watch his videos. Some of them are going to click on mine when they see it behind there. And hopefully they come and listen to my music. I don't know. I'm going to do Zach Bryant. I'm going to do Greg Holden. They do Rebel, but nobody hears them. You know, I get after 2 years, I've had this video on my channel for 2 years that I covered. 2 years later, just starting like a month ago, I get 100 views every day. I'm getting subscribers every day from a cover that's 2 years old that went from 900 views to, in the last few weeks, it's almost to 4,000 views. And like, that's really cool, but that's not my song. They like it. They subscribe to it. Now I'm worried, like, because it's kind of folky, punky. If I do this Zach Bryant song, are they going to want to unsubscribe? I need to stop just worrying about what people think, but I need eyes on my channel. I love all you guys. You guys are like my friends. You know what I mean? And you can give me your honest opinions and shit. But I got to get the music out there. I don't want to do Country Roads, but I know if I do that song, there's a few thousand people that might actually click on that video, and maybe some of them will like it, you know? And Bob Marley, too, you know what I mean? I do One Day in Redemption song. They're coming out with a movie. It's a cheap, selfish ploy for attention, but you know, I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put like maybe a couple covers up, do an original, so that maybe them people that subscribe to listen to that. Plus, you guys all, you heard them songs, but they were recorded on a cell phone. I want to re-record them the same way, but with the new equipment, and then maybe from there I'll go on making collabs with them and finishing them songs as full band songs. Oh, I'll definitely keep sharing my originals, but I gotta get something to get people to look over here before I upload another original. You know what I mean? So that maybe I'll have another couple hundred people besides all of us friends in the community that come and look. You know, because it's hard to come by. You guys do endless covers. They're all ones that should draw attention, and I don't know why they don't. A couple people get a whole bunch of views on their covers that you did as a band collab, and other people get no views, hardly, you know? I don't know. I didn't want a bunch of covers. And I know Zach had covers, Zach Bryant, not that I'm trying to model myself after him, but once he became famous, he took that shit off. He left a couple of home raw recordings in there, which was what made him famous, and then he sticks to nicer stuff. What would make me happy was to just post the originals and have some way for people to find them. What's up, Mark? Good morning. But I think I do some of the covers all right. So I'll get them on there. You know, people are going to look. They're going to look for the Zach Bryant song. I'll eventually do something in the orange. Thomas Mardwell. There's a dude. He did one of my songs. One of my songs shows up on his channel. Level the Playing Field. He likes to have different music for his workout routines. Yeah, and you know, like even Mamsie told me, Padded Pedal Room, you know, there's more places than YouTube to try to share your music. I still don't have Facebook, but I've been thinking about the Instagram thing. And with it being a household stress thing, I'm trying not to be on the internet all the time at everybody's shows. You know, I'll watch, I'll be quiet, you know. But I think I'm going to shut up, do a couple of these songs. Maybe I'll redo them with some reverb here in a minute. You said the levels sound good. I don't feel like messing with the headphones to figure out why I'm not hearing myself through there. But I originally thought this tune was a Modest Yahoo tune. It's actually a Bob Marley tune called One Day. Nope, and that's fine, Rebel, but you're not trying to promote your music, you know what I mean? You do have a brand, and it gets well promoted on YouTube, obviously. I don't want to talk to her right now. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. When negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for people to say that they don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars. Our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, oh, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, because we all lose when they beat on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze you can lose your way. Your way might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you. No way, said no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. The negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for people to say that they don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars. Our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, oh, one day, one day, one day. will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day will I be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like why yo yo yo, why yo yo yo. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for people to say that they don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, oh, one day, one day, one day. I forgot a whole verse. Yeah, it's like talking to a wall. Oh, Russ, brother, what's up, man? Rufus! Hey, nice to meet you. Rufus is a new dude I come across, man. Oh, he's a folky dude. You guys might dig him. He's got a song at the top of his channel, I Gotta Get My Shit Together, and that's a good one, too. Oh, it's cool to see you here, Rufus. It's a bit of a practice thing. My voice ain't sounded too crisp now either, but that's alright. Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. And it's after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hands were made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help us sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have is redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. Got to fool. Ah, I lost it. I was paying attention to the. Hi Dom, hi Colorful, great to see you. Hi Kevin. These are all tests anyway. If I get something out that sounds good, I can always. I think I figured out how to clip out of here. So now, what I'm gonna do? Man, my voice is dry. Hold on a second, you guys. I'm gonna grab a throat lozenge. How do Feisty's gonna come join us? Said she'll come in a minute. She just opened her eyes. What, baby? Go ahead. If you sit over there, I don't think they can see you. And you can move that heater closer to you. Okay, so now... Now we'll turn on Landar and see if that works midstream in StreamYard. Check. Pretty echoey, but I got one of them turned off. Here you go, baby. Justine said hi, Feisty Feather. She said hi. So now we're going to see how they sound with a little bit of reverb. But I did learn from Jade's show that it's better to record without all your effects. Yeah, Landar, thank you. Between Dom and Chris is why I get to use Landar. They showed me that, and then it helps me bypass a mixer. But there are some mixers I would like to buy that can stand alone or work as USB. Michael Songs also saying hi, Feisty Feather. She says hi, Michael Songs. Need more coffee? I brought my thermos out here. I do like to hear myself through the headphones when I sing. But I think I do better when I don't have them on. So are you guys hearing the difference with the reverb and all that? Did Landar kick all this in for me? Did I remember to turn it on? I take that thermos, Rufus, and then I fill a travel mug. I got about a pot of coffee when I leave the house for work. Or for my garage. Ed, brother. How's it going? Uh-oh, energy saver got turned on. I gotta plug in. On your phone, you can't hear much detail. I tried to not make the reverb too overpowered, but... And I don't know what it is, man. There's no TV or radio in here, and I'm picking up like I can hear somebody's TV. Alright. Brain barely working. Alright, so now I turn Landar on. Should have been a substantial difference, so hopefully it is turning out that way. I'll go back through and listen, maybe clip something out. Why can't you love me like I need you to, such a simple task at hand. Hey, you can't cure a broken man, and his gun hot hand. And I am still the same kid you fell for when we were young. How come every song I sing you say has already been sung? And I feel like a nuisance in my own damn mind. When I speak, you say it's too much. When I scream, you say I've lost my mind. So don't call in the morning, 'cause I'll already be gone. Oklahoma in the summertime, where my country ass belongs. Love is patience, love is kind, should not make you lose your mind. There's got to be more to this, being pissed off all the time. All the time. Why can't I love you like you need me to? Seem we juxtapose. Guess I'll head out on the time for deja vu until they close. So don't call in the morning, 'cause I'll already be gone. Oklahoma in the summertime, where my country ass belongs. Love is patience, love is kind, should not make you lose your mind. There's got to be more to this, being pissed off all the time. All the time. So don't call in the morning, 'cause I'll already be gone. Oklahoma in the summertime, where my country ass belongs. Love is patient, love is kind, should not make you lose your mind. There's got to be more to this, being pissed off all the time. All the time. Zach Bryan, all the time. Who we got in here? Hey, baby, I'm done with that one if you want to come back in here. Hey, you all right, Clay? How you doing, man? I saw some rant on Chad's thing, and I know you guys are buddies or whatever, but I saw you guys ain't doing stuff no more. So I know he thinks of you as still a buddy, so hopefully you do him too. I don't know if he made you mad or what happened with that. It sounds the most like Folk and Blueser. Thanks, Mike. No fancy whistles, just the sound. And that's what's done me best. You know what I mean? Like Francis said, just do what makes you happy. And by doing that and picking the songs that I picked that maybe people never heard, good, Clay. Good. I'm just glad to hear. Feisty's eating meds. Thanks, baby. I called her. She was coming out of here. But doing what I do and not like, oh, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. I never worried about none of that because that shit was too hard for me to figure out. And you guys dig me because it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? So, that's cool. I don't want too much effects, you know, but a little reverb is nice. But I think if I get one more microphone, that way I can adjust the guitar and the vocals separate. And so they come through in a stereo. I'll be happy with that. And I do Elizabethtown, Rebel. You know that. Thanks, Mark. And I'm pretty sure, well, there's probably somebody in here don't know, but Mark, Forest of the Wolf, Mark, I've known him longer than anybody on the internet. He was one of the first people that got me to talk, and we, shared music and stuff like that. And I consider him a real friend. I know, and I know what happens. He's halfway across the world, but just a good dude. I can call on him and talk to him. I hope to get Facebook one day so I can video chat with him again without bugging Heather to do it, What time you going on, Michael? Tell everybody what time you're going on. Charlie, brother. Hey, Dom, your last time I saw you play guitar, it sounded more natural. Some of them times when people plug in their guitar, it sounds like the Bon Jovi song. I'm a cowboy. You know how that guitar, it don't sound like an acoustic guitar. It sounds like a plug-in acoustic guitar. But your shit sounded good, and I know they got that LR bags out there or whatever, and that's good for like live performing. Ooh, I bet Colorful's got the good maple syrup too. You got to get the good shit from Canada. That's where we get our maple syrup from. It's the real shit. It comes in a little bottle like this, costs 3 times as much as that other stuff, but nothing like real maple syrup. Mark, brother, how's it going? So do you guys think it sounded better after I turned Landauer on, or are you getting any extra reverb? I heard you said it sounds good, but I wasn't sure if it was from that or that. I'll go back through and listen to this in a little bit. What else did I want to do as a cover? 12 noon Eastern. So shortly coming up here. Is Mike Molino in here? I missed his last stream. Oh. See, and that's another thing, too. I don't want this in the picture. When the last eagle flies see you sparkle. It's the last unicorn. I'm alive. I'm alive. Good suggestion, Mark. Oh, I gotta close this door. It blew open when she walked out. Hip hip, Charlie. And one of the things that's bother me, I'd like to be close to the mic because you can pick up some of the bass in your voice and things like that. And that's not really coming out. I'm a little bit dry again this morning somehow. I've been singing all morning, so I think I wore myself out a little. But I really want to get at least one cover out today. Same here, Rufus. It's a weird thing though. Like this, all these people you see in this chat, almost all of them are musicians. They're independent musicians. They do originals. They do covers. We found each other through a dude named Metalhead Hippie and 15th Bend and Conspiracy Media and the Ham Show with Chad and man, I know I forgot somebody. I feel shitty. Thomas Christ. Ron Ward, these guys all play our songs, so that's how I met most of these people. But by doing that, and people reaching out and finding other people as they pop up in their feed, we all start meeting each other, man. We're all independent musicians. We're all doing what you do, dude. Everybody does it at different levels. You make friends with some of these people just by saying hi, starting a conversation. And if you need help, like all this computer stuff, it was these people that got me taught me this stuff. What I need to buy, what different kinds of equipment do what, how to use them. You know what I mean? DAWs, things like that. You saw the Padded Pedal Room in here. He was the one that sent me the links to my DAW. You know what I mean? That I still use now. I don't even use the one that come with my interface. He's got a few tutorials on his channel on how to use it, you know? And it's just been really helpful. It's a good community of people. And if you keep an eye on my community post. When I see one of these people doing a show, I'll put it up there. All you got to do is stop in. Sometimes you got to subscribe first. Just say hi in the live chat, and people will start chatting with you, and they come and check out your music. And the same thing goes for you. Give them a you know, you hear somebody on your channel, go to their channel. What atom am I using? I'm not sure what you mean, Charlie. Yeah, that cold beer cover. That was what I was just telling these guys. That's why I'm going to try to pull out a couple covers. That song has been sitting on my channel for 2 years. It got watched a little bit at first. And Jesse Stewart's fans love to watch each other play them songs just as much as we like watching him. And, yeah, like 100 views a day, dude. 100 views a day. Oh, what DAW? I'm using Reaper, Charlie. Something Ableton, however you pronounce that. That came with my Focusrite, and I found it very unuser-friendly. And by watching you guys over the last 4 years use DAWs, go to different DAWs, there was people that used FL Studios faithfully in Ableton, but when they finally took the chance to use Reaper, they found it more user-friendly, so I just went right to Reaper in the beginning, and it's cool. I can download a video, put the video in my Reaper, and it turns it into a WAV file so that I can manipulate it and play along to it, you know. Never a lighter that works when you need one. Yeah, there's a lot of good people in here, and we all meet different people. Like that guy Michael Songs that's in here. If you get a chance at noon when he comes on, just look that name up. He does he does these live streams a couple times a week. But him and his wife, man, they're pros. She was a sound engineer. Michael's been playing for years. Writes all original music. Colorful Energy is something else. You know what I mean? You'll hear some electronica from here, and then you'll see her rocking out on an electric guitar. And once you watch one videos of her, you'll understand why she's called Colorful Energy. Yeah, it's cold here. See, you call, and Hugh Caldwell, when you do a collab with people, I tend to notice, you played a role in me picking Reaper too, I tend to notice that your version of the same song that everybody did, which I assume only one person mixed, for whatever reason on your channel, the sound quality is better. I don't know if you do something different last minute. Oh, what do I want to do? My buddy Mike Vermin, he goes by V-Man Rufus. That's the same thing he does. He's got endless covers. He's got some great originals. But he put all that stuff there just so there was something left behind for his family to see him doing the stuff that he loved to do. One summer night, riding out of Alabama. Oh, you guys are going to have to excuse me for a minute. I'm going to have to mute this mic. I'm about to have a cough attack. $15th Ben, brother. He must have heard them first few notes of Elizabethtown. It drew him in. Yeah, sorry I'm not very entertaining first thing this morning. Can you close that door over there, babe? Prop that with a board, please. Huh? It might have blown open. I've been having trouble all day. One summer night, riding out of Alabama. Yeah, I think I can get it. Next couple releases, Russ, are going to be some covers. And some of these originals in a little bit better quality. One summer night, riding out of Alabama, heading home, Michigan bound. Rain fell from the sky like a river, had to stop. No vacancy was all we found, and the southern rain fell like a river that night. Little did I know, soon a cold chill would run down my spine. So we rode on 80 more miles to Elizabethtown, till we found a place to shut it down. But as soon as we walked in, my daughter started crying. Daddy, I don't want to stay here tonight. Daddy, I don't want to stay here tonight. I don't know what it is, but I feel scared inside. So I asked for a couple of rooms, and she said we don't rent the one next was left. Said I'll take what you got, but when I asked her the reason, she said nobody ever said. So we took the keys and we went on our way, but made a wrong turn out the lobby, I guess. That turned out to be our second mistake after showing up at that desk. So we walked till we got to the end of the hall. No elevator was there to be found. Little did I know it was in that moment that I wouldn't be the same for a while. My daughter was pointing in the other direction, and nothing far as I could tell. When she finally spoke, sent a chill on my spine. This is what she said. Why is that old woman walking the hall there in her evening gown? She's walking up every table, moving all of the flowers around. Said, baby girl, ain't nobody here, it's just you and the family. She said, Daddy, she's standing right in front of me. Well, I tried to shrug it off. We were just tired. I picked her up, walked to the room, but as I walked down the hall, felt something creeping on me. Turned to look, there was no one around. And as I walked down that hall, I never felt so scared of something I couldn't see. So we opened up the door, looked inside. The coast is clear, or so it seemed. Got settled in, and I looked down at a card that said, welcome to Elizabethtown. And as I looked around that room, something still didn't feel right to me. And to top it all off, the door on my side of those two rooms would latch for me. Can you guys understand the vocals? Like, I feel like this microphone should be closer to me. Oh, that's no need. That is an original, Rufus, and it happens to be a true story about my family's stay at a hotel in Kentucky on our way back from Alabama, heading back up here to Detroit. And took a handful of years before it actually became a song, and it's been a real hit, man. Everybody digs it. There's a cat named Mr. Smith that liked it so much in 15th Bend, encouraging him to like, he'd love to just hear a full band version of that, and Mr. Smith created one. He played all the instruments, he did backup vocals, he made a video for me, and that is Elizabethtown Ramada full band version that you can find on my channel. That's a really cool one. Oh man, yeah, Rufus has probably only heard one or two of my songs. He come over from that Jesse Stewart song. I usually got these down pretty good. My voice is a little bit weird this morning. Here you go, Rufus. This is a song I wrote for my wife. The first time we're gonna have to get closer for that. Oh, my voice is not working. The first time I met Heather, I was just 14 years old. Sparks were flying, yes, you know it's true. Little did I know that just a decade later, I would go and make her all my own. And this life with you has had its ups and downs, it's true, but there's no one else I'd rather spend it with. And I'm so glad you've stayed through all the messes that I made. It's a decision I'll make sure you don't regret. Remember when we were younger and we'd all go down to the spot we called it Old Stony Point, down at the lake with our friend by the fire, hanging out all those hot summer nights. And this life with you has had its ups and downs, it's true, but there's no one else I'd rather spend it with. And I'm so glad you've stayed through all the messes that I made. It's a decision I'll make sure you don't regret. And this life with you has had its ups and downs, it's true, but there's no one else I'd rather spend it with. And I'm so glad you've stayed through all the messes that I made. It's a decision I'll make sure you don't regret. That same faithful night should have been your fate's first warning. I was 16 and way too drunk to drive. You were smart enough to find yourself another ride, and I got me and the boys all locked in jail that night. And this life with you has had its ups and downs, it's true, but there's no one else I'd rather spend it with. And I'm so glad you've stayed through all the messes that I made. It's a decision I'll make sure you don't regret. They say behind a great man is an even greater woman. Well, I hardly think I'm great. One thing's for certain, I'd be half man or dead if not for you, my loving wife. And this life with you has had its ups and downs, it's true. There's no one else I'd rather spend it with. And I'm so glad you've stayed through all the messes that I made. It's a decision I'll make sure you don't regret. I usually sing a lot better. How do I get to pick people's comment? You just click on it? Breakfast burrito could be good, homemade one. Are you not going to sit in camera view where I can put my guitar on that chair? So I got a couple new songs coming, though, that other people wrote for me. I told you guys about the Temple of the Martyrs one. I'm doing a cover, or not a cover, I'm doing an original song with the Amateurs. So that ought to be cool. Eat a lot of burritos in Texas? We eat quite a few here in Detroit area. Yeah, it will be good. And it's different because some guys write music a little bit different than me. I'm pretty folky and they write stuff that, and it kind of works for me. So I like having a different sound to it, you know? Oh, I do want to hear something to see if I can do this. Hate clearing my throat on you guys. Ooh, I can't hear you at all. Oh. See, so many factors. And I'm still hearing somebody's TV or radio. Are you talking about the heavy cover Rebel? You guys all making each other hungry. You know what I had for breakfast? I had a granola bar, an apple. I think that's about it. It's usually my normal breakfast. Oh, her first live singing where she went on stage with me. That was my first. It wasn't a paid gig, but it was the first time somebody called a place and asked me to come play for them. So that was really cool. And Heather felt like she was ready, so I brought her up there with me, and it went over really well. She got more applause than any of the other songs. Come gather around me, people. Oh, yeah, that'll work. I still hate that the microphone is in the shot, though. Kind of sucks. We'll make it work. So here's a Townes Van Zandt didn't write this. I don't know if they figured out who actually wrote it. But it was written around the time of World War II. And just a good story. Shit, I'll eat barbecue for breakfast, Rebel. I'll eat them ribs cold right out of the box if I happen to leave any left off the slab. Come gather around me, people. Story I'd like to tell about a brave young Native American you should all remember well. From the land of the Pima natives, proud and noble band that farmed the Phoenix Valley and the Arizona land. 2,000 years, sparkling waters rushed, and the white man stole their water rights, and sparkling waters hushed. Ira's folks grew hungry, their land grew crops of weeds. When the war came, Ira volunteered, forgot the white man's greed. They battled to the top of Iwo Jima Hill, 250 men, and only 27 lived. Walked back down again. But when the fight was over, Old Glory raised. Of the men who held her high was a native Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian, no, the Marine that went to war. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian, no, the Marine that went to war. Now Ira returned to hero, celebrated the land, was wined and speeched and honored. Everybody shook his hand. He was just a Pima native. No water, no crops, no chance. And when he went home, no one cared what Ira done when he went to the ceremonial dance. Ira got to drinking hard. Jail was often his home. They let him raise and lower the flag as if they'd thrown the dog a bone. Ira died drunk early one morning in the land he'd fought to save. 2 inches of water in a lonely ditch was a grave for Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, but his land is just as dry. His ghost is lying thirsty in the ditch where Ira died. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian, nor the Marine that went to war. That was a good one. That was one of many good ones I learned over at Michael LaPence's channel. My wife's part Native American too, Rufus. But like in my family, right away, and when I was a little kid, I was like, how come the Indians aren't in charge of the country? You know what I mean? And my parents didn't try to justify that shit. They said it was wrong, and they killed a lot of them off and took their land and all that. So I've always had a compassion for the natives, the indigenous people of America. And also, I come from a family of veterans, you know what I mean? My great-grandfather came from Germany. His son, my grandfather, fought against the Germans in World War II. You know, and I've had countless uncles, so you get kind of a patriotic thing from that, and appreciation for a military from coming from a military family. Alright, we'll see if this comes out. This is another one I wanted to do. Notorious racist turd David Allan Coe wrote one good tune. It was about the ghost of Hank Williams, and it's called The Ride. And I like covering that song. I like doing that song. And I think that kind of influenced my Elizabethtown Ramada a little bit. There are certain aspects of it that when I learned it, it kind of made me think I pulled from it a little bit. I'm sorry to hear that, but it's something to be proud of, Rebel. You know, none of us like war, and you can't really blame the soldiers. They follow orders of their leaders. You don't really get to think for yourself. Of course, there's some things people do that are their choice, but out of the shot. Still get it closer. Alright. David Allan Coe's The Ride. I was thumbing from Montgomery, had my guitar on my back, when a stranger stopped beside me in an antique Cadillac. He was dressed like 1950, half drunk and hollow-eyed, said it's a long walk to Nashville, would you like a ride? So I sat down in the front seat, he turned on the radio, them sad old songs coming out of them was Kylie Country Gold. Then I noticed the stranger was ghost white pale when he asked me for a light. So when I knew there was something strange about this ride, he said, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Oh boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? Bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. Well, he cried just south of Nashville. He turned that car around, said, this is where you get off, boy. I'm going back to Alabama. As I stepped out of that Cadillac, I said, Mister, many thanks. Said, you don't have to call me Mister. Whole world calls me Hank. Oh, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Oh boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. Oh, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Oh boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, well, boy, it's a long, hard ride. I don't know if I leave this stream up. That's awesome that you popped in, Rufus. And everybody, was it cool? I'm not feeling it, man. Something feels weird about my voice. I'm not at all. Nope, not even a little bit. Nope. Hey, I've had some coffee. Heather says I sound like I did an 8-ball of Coke up here chattering. But Dear Pretense, also another musician. Nice to see you here. Yep, and I don't, so maybe it's just me. I just feel like my voice isn't projecting. And Rufus, man, I hope you stick around this community then. Go to some of these places we go. Some places you're post a bunch of links for this person? No. Oh, you can if you want to. Most of us try to keep our political, opinions and shit out of the chats of stuff. I don't really sweat it too much on my channel, but these places that we all congregate, they try to avoid from it. But there are places also that you can go where we can talk. There's a lady named Independent United, Many United. You can go to her channel. She has a panel. We can all... I get too pissed off when I try talking to people about stuff, but I mean, if you got political rants you want to have, you can go on there, and there's people that, for the most part, will intelligently discuss it with you without calling each other names and shit. That's one of the things I liked about it. Oh, my wife's going to put some links up there, too. So you can just click on them, and then you got them in your queue or whatever. And I'll try to put some stuff in my community thing so that you'll see them pop up, That feisty feather, that's my wife. You gotta run, 15th? It's alright, brother. Go take care of the fam. Maybe if I do something loud, I can blow this out. Oh, here's another original. I haven't done it in a minute. Yeah, I don't care what side they are. I don't like neither one of them, Rufus. I wish I was more prepared. I was just kind of doing a sound check, but because I wanted to release a song today. Wrote this song to fill you in on some history, part that means a lot to me and those in my family. Auto workers, school bus drivers, journeymen, police. This goes on, all proud union members, and there's me. Well, I worked in a Detroit, Michigan factory, like my mom and my dad and his dad before me. But it's not the same as it used to be. Things they fought for, we let them take from you and me. Now the health care is costing the worker too much, and they're getting out of coffin pension money up. They fed us their lies, we ate that shit up. Gave back when they were going broke, now give it back to us. And so I carry on like those who fought before. I'll stand hand in hand with my sisters and brothers when push comes to shove. And I hope that someday we can reap just what it is we're trying to sow. Our time is now, come on, let's go. Level the playing field, level the playing field. My parents worked automotive, I chose steel for me. Since I've been here, there's been no union there for me. When work's got me down and I want to give up, I remember what they told me when I was young. We were fighting for the union before we were born, and some of those fights, my son, they ended like wars. Workers were striking, oh, by the score, and Flint pushed back the scabs, sat on their jobs and locked the doors. And so I carry on like those who fought before. I'll stand hand in hand with my sisters and brothers when push comes. on Jim Hoffa still. It came as a terrible surprise to me when I learned what had happened on Chicago streets. Did you know that people died fighting so we could have the 8-hour day and 40-hour week? The blood it was spilled, it ran down to their feet when the workers walked out and then took to the streets. And so I carry on like those who fought before. I'll stand hand in hand with my sisters and brothers when push comes to shove. And I hope that someday we can reap just what it is we're trying to sow. Our time is now, come on, let's go. Level the playing field, level the playing field. Maybe you have a better plan, but as for me, I'll be working in one of these old factories while I'm in there breaking my back doing time. I'll be damned if I sit back and just walk the line. I've got your back, my friend, and if you have mine, we can vote in the union. There's a chance in this fight. Until the day on the job no labor dies, I'll rally the workers to get organized. And so I carry on like those who fought before. I'll stand hand in hand with my sisters and brothers when push comes to shove. And I hope that someday we can reap just what it is we're trying to sow. Our time is now, come on, let's go. Level the playing field, level the playing field. That was an original too. Hey, Viv's in there too. I want to do Rufus a solid though. I haven't made it through his whole catalog yet. Oh, can you do that? All right, I don't know how to do it. Heather will do it. Turn the heat up. If Heather's gonna post a link to Rufus's too. His latest songs is great. I've listened to a handful of other ones too. Thank you, Colorful. So are you. You're one of the most creative people in the community. You got all the instruments down. I don't think I've seen you play a drum kit. You got all the visual technology down. You know what I mean? All your stuff, all your videos are always awesome. Oh man, so many great musicians in here. Actually, there's not anybody who's not a great musician. Rebel's a great musician supporter. She's always yelling my name for some reason. I don't know if I already told that. Rebel, I got somebody got in trouble at work because, you know, we're not computer guys, so the caps lock was on and they replied to the email with all caps, and then management got it all involved, and she wanted to know why my coworker was yelling at her. It was kind of funny because we didn't know nothing about that stuff. Your phone insists on it, huh, Rebel? I will be right back. And if like I said, Feisty just woke up, or otherwise I'm sure she'd be talking to you guys. She's warming up by the heater. I got the garage half cooled down. Well, I would say Go with the real drum kit, but I don't know. Mr. Smith's one of the better drummers, and even him, he still uses an electric bass drum because he can control the sound a little better than trying to control the sound of that big old drum in a room. But I will be right back. That microphone is still on.
He'll be back. He's just in the house. It's not the end. I'm just not on camera yet. Where you at, Ed? Alright, see? Hi, he'll be back. It's still good. Oh, okay. Nope, I'm just by the heater. It's fucking cold in here. Don't be nervous, Rufus. I just come over here because Ed just come back and didn't know if the show was over.
Oh, no. Did I not tell everybody I'll be right back?
Ed just come back. He had to watch that away, so he didn't probably hear it.
Pay attention, Ed.
Yeah. You're getting a deduction on your grade for that one.
Snowing there too? Yeah, we got our little bit of breezes.
Fuck.
Yeah, and you can move that heater anywhere you need to, baby. A micro blizzard.
Screw that. It's Heather's fault. Yes, it is.
Hey, Queen Bee. She lives with us. Well, she don't live with us, but she lives in Michigan. All right, take it easy, Russ. Always good to see you, brother. Cheers. So I'll try to crank out a couple more songs real quick so I can go back through and listen to all this. I think if I'm done before 2 hours, then StreamYard lets me pick it all apart. Find my pick. Well, we'll see how I got everything set right now. We'll see how something in the orange sounds. Oh. Maybe not. What should I do? Straight after staying up all night long, fighting with the wife. She took the kids and left the house. It was hurting me, they were gone. Had to kill the pain. I turned on the radio and started singing that old sad song. Here I go again. It seems I can't win for losing my friend. Soon as I'm on top, I start to fall. I've been on the good side of life, but it didn't get to stay too long. So that seemed alright, it all went wrong. Well, I needed to get high, drove to that side of town. I got the call, she'd be back before long. By the time I got home, fucking police at my door. Thought, what the hell is going on here now? Turned around to park, cause one was in the drive. That's when the lights came on. Here I go again. It seems I can't win for losing my friend. Soon as I'm on top, I start to fall. I seen the good side of life, but it didn't get to stare too long. Soon as it seemed alright, it all went wrong. Said, son, I want your name and your license right now. There's too much noise coming out of this house. Reached for my wallet, shit, I left it all inside. He just smiled and said, you're going for a ride. Then he ripped me from the car, threw me up against the side. Slapped those handcuffs on. Here I go again. It seems I can't win for losing my friend. Soon as I'm on top, I start to fall. I've been on the good side of life, but it didn't get to stay too long. Soon as it seemed alright, it all went wrong. charging me with an officer's assault, which is kind of funny. 'Cause I was bloody on the floor, beaten and bruised. Yeah, they beat me down the night before they scraped me off the floor. Brought me in front of the judge. He said, "What the hell have you done to yourself?" Here I go again. It seems I can't win for losing my friend. Soon as I'm on top, I start to fall. I've been on the good side of life, but I didn't get to stay too long. Soon as it seemed alright, it all went wrong. Well, I looked him in the eye, said, "Are you out of your mind? You know damn well your boys did this to me last night." He just laughed, shook his head. "I'll tell you, at that moment from my lips up, I wish you were dead." He said, "If I were you, I'd just keep that to myself unless you wanna go back in that cell." Here I go again. It seems I can't win for losing my friend. Soon as I'm on top, I start to fall. I've been on the good side of life, but I didn't get to stay too long. Soon as it seemed alright, it all went wrong. Oh, you're welcome, Thomas. Thanks, hey Rufus, man. I really do put my heart and soul into these tunes, man. This is a feisty favorite. It's called "Live Like Lions." We are right here where we should be, paying reverence to our gods and our beliefs. And if we set the world on fire, if it all goes up in smoke, I'll still miss you like I've missed you all along. I'll tell you one thing you should know. If you're gonna stand up and be counted, then let's go. And we can choose to live like lions or conveniently forget. We can stand our ground and fight to win it all. Come on now, children of the night, let's go lay waste to every fucking thing inside. Awaken creatures of the dawn, go forth and kill and carry on. Go forth and kill and carry on. Hard times are coming, that's for sure. The days of poverty and hate and death and war. And we may not be proud like lions, and we may have some regrets, but we're killers, we're born killers. That's cool. Rufus is digging the tunes.
I posted a handful of leaks for him.
Oh, you got Leela on there too,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm trying to think of who I'm missing.
Does she play
Anybody can
music?
Tell me who I'm missing. Yeah, she does one.
Clay's been in there. 15th Ben has been in there. Hippie's been in there.
I didn't put Clay in there.
Uh,
I got Thomas. I got Jay.
Chad Freeman plays your music.
Chad.
Thomas Christ plays your music.
Thomas Christ.
Ron plays your music.
I didn't get Ron. How did I miss Ron? Because I'm just still waking up.
You can put your link in there. Feisty Feather will play your music. More likely, if you write a metal tune, she'll play it, but...
Hey, I play everything. Metal half.
Ron Moore,
Play
yep.
more.
Ed saw it. I just mentioned that to her, Ed.
I'm doing right now is Ron. You want any music?
Homegrown Indie Live.
See, I just did that again where I posted his name. Oh, that was Ed posting it. See, let's just erase that. See.
And there's a bunch of karaoke people now, too. They're kind of cool to hang out with on the weekend. You can go up and sing. They, I think they let Michael Songs play his guitar and just do his originals. But a lot of people, I had trouble figuring it out. I got to actually download the video and put it in the DAW. But here's hey Dom, are you still here? Does anybody know if Dom's still here?
I gotta see that.
He was here earlier.
Look at the rid of completely.
I don't know that one. Ba-da-na-na-na-na. That's a good tune. I don't know that one, Hugh. Although it's one of them songs you heard so many times throughout your life, I bet I could remember the words. That iRig that Ed's talking about, my friend, their whole family has played instruments their whole life ever since I known them. Their dad was a musician. They all have bands in the area over the years. And he said he didn't believe it, but he wanted to mic his drum kit so he could record it. And somebody told him to get the iRig for drums. He said that he doesn't understand how one microphone can pick up all those drums equally. He said it's like the perfect microphone. It somehow picks everything out like that.
And Rufus, you can go back to this stream after and click on a bunch of these links if you're missing them.
Yep, no, Rufus was a punk dude. I liked some of the more popular punk when I was growing up, like the Ramones and the Sex Pistols. I thought the Sex Pistols were alright, you know what I mean? The attitude was way cooler than the music. And I got into Rancid when they came out. You know, I don't know if you consider that punk. Like, I don't think Kirk does that newer shit. But a lot of the punk bands that started after that, they started picking up these acoustic instruments, man. And they play like bluegrass shit. They'll be playing a wash tub bass and a washboard thing. And the dude will be rocking out on the acoustic, some punk-fueled energy. And that was how I came across Jesse Stewart. Or how I came across the rest of that was coming across that Jesse Stewart song. I don't know how I ever found that, but I was like, man, this is powerful. And this is just a shitty cell phone recording. No, definitely never too late to start learning any instrument, really. Although this late in the game, I think I'll stick with trying to master the 6 strings before I move on to 7, 8, and how many
used
ever
to
they go
play.
up to now.
She was asking me if I played drums.
Oh.
I just said never in front of anybody. secretly play when we had a kit and you worked afternoons. But I just, I said we only need a few pieces or whatever.
Yeah, see, Black Flag, that was more real punk, you know what I mean? And the Misfits, when we all had to buy all that music when we were growing up. So for me, I was mostly into metal, so I never owned a Misfits album. And then when I got older, I really got into that band, man. There's a ton of songs. I don't think I've ever had a stream where I didn't mention Michael Lepensi for one of the songs that I know how to play. So we were talking about you, Michael. Good to see you, brother. What, babe?
Is that better, sure, Michael?
Move the stuff. I got this turned so far people can't see if you don't want to.
I got hairbrushed. I don't need to be in there, but I was meaning more just while I was sitting, my ass was all.
Oop, I got 8 minutes left. I thought you said you were a gold digger, Michael. Wish I could whip out one of them, Oh, that's what I was gonna do. You put Dom Torgrasso's name up there. Him and his wife, on their date night out or whatever, going to see Shovels and Rope, and I've been a fan of them for a long time. I know a couple of their tunes. So this is Gasoline by Shovels and Rope. Left, right, left, pack 'em up, Charlie, gonna leave this place. Turn our shoulders to the empty space. It don't matter if you're gone today, long as everybody stays away. Rich is rich and poor is poor, and the money you had ain't good no more. Waiting in line, hey mister, can I buy a little time? Everything you planted has gone to right, and don't wanna run up for the little you got. Big wheels, American steel, pouring gasoline on the killing field. March them soldiers down that line, march them boys in a straight time. Them poor boys like fuel on fire, bad news coming down the APY. Tactics turn to your fingers burn. What if anything did you learn? Ain't no taste that can satisfy the bloodlust for the youth gone wild. Everything you planted has gone to rot, and no one around for the little you got. Four big wheels, American steel, pouring gasoline on the killing field. Everybody's sick, there's a fever going round. Set it on fire, burn the whole thing down. Go somewhere and start a new town. Nobody have to hear your tailboat sound. Everything you planted has gone to rot. No one around for the little you got. Four big wheels, American steel, pouring gasoline on the killing field. There you go, Shovels and Rope. We got all kinds of links for Rufus, huh?
Yeah, that's why I said if he wants to go black later, because they're not, must not be hit. Go to him and stay in the chat, because that's where Ed when he left for a minute and didn't know if you were gone. It's because he had. But if he goes back to the replay, he can click on him then. I'm trying to think of who I'm missing.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us, Rufus. I gotta write some more originals. I got a couple hanging there that I need to finish, but like that song, Michael. Hey, have you heard of Shovels and Rope, Michael? They got another song I really dig. All right, I'm gonna get this stopped. Well, if you're gonna listen to a rap song, Michael, I would, if you're gonna listen to your first rap song, if it's not gonna be off NWA's first album, I would recommend Tupac Hit 'Em Up. Pender! Hey, don't knock it, Michael. There's a new kind of country rap. There's a couple different kinds. One of them's called gangster grass. Gangster grass is the shit, because them rapper dudes are real, and they got all them bluegrass boys playing alongside them right there. It has got a really cool groove. You look up gangster grass, there's only one thing that's going to come up. Thanks anyway, though, huh, Michael?
I'm good. No, that might actually sound alright, gangster grass.
It does. It's got a bluegrass backbone, but it's to a beat that you could rap to.
Linkin Park, and they got metal rap, so.
That's considered new metal.
Yeah, well, I like that better than metal rap, so.
Alright. One more before the timer's up, hopefully. I'm going to stop before 2 hours so I can edit this stuff. Ain't it just like you and me going out like that? Leading out in the boxcar, shot in the back. All the luck and all the time, law was waiting for us at the end of the line. Any minute now we knew we was gonna have to decide. Try to keep running down south. She said, hey, hey, cut the rope. No way we're gonna let them get us both. But don't stop running till you reach that coast. I'll watch your pretty mama go up in. Shit, I hate to do this to you guys, but I gotta stop this. I got 20 seconds to stop it. Man, I love that all you guys come out here. You guys are awesome. I'll see you soon.